Let me tell you about Arthur Morgan, a man whose life was shaped by loss, survival, and unexpected bonds. It all began in 1863, when young Arthur was born into a harsh world that would show him no mercy. His mother, Beatrice Morgan, passed away when he was very young, so young that her face became nothing more than a fading memory. His father, Lyle Morgan, was a petty outlaw who met his end at the wrong end of a rope for theft when Arthur was just 11 years old. Left alone in this unforgiving world, Arthur learned to survive on the streets. He'd steal what he needed, fight when he had to, and sleep wherever he could find shelter. Those early years hardened him, taught him that the world wasn't kind to those who played by the rules. Every day was a struggle, every meal uncertain, and trust was a luxury he couldn't afford. But fate had different plans for Arthur. In 1878, when he was just 15 years old, something happened that would change his life forever. He met Dutch van der Linde and Hosea Matthews. Dutch saw something in the tough, street-smart teenager, a raw potential that could be molded into something more. Here were two men who offered not just survival, but a purpose, a family, and a code to live by. Dutch and Hosea became the father figures Arthur never truly had. They taught him to read, to write, to shoot, and most importantly, they gave him their peculiar philosophy about freedom and loyalty. The van der Linde gang became his family, and Arthur grew into their most trusted enforcer, their proverbial right hand. Throughout the years, Arthur would prove his loyalty time and time again, especially to John Marston, who joined the gang as a young boy. Despite their occasional rivalry and Arthur's initial resentment towards John's reckless behavior, Arthur repeatedly put his life on the line for him. He saved John from a wolf attack in the mountains, helped him escape from prison, and stood by him through countless dangerous situations. These acts of protection weren't just about loyalty to the gang, they revealed something deeper about Arthur's character. Despite the harsh exterior he showed to the world, despite all the violence and tragedy that shaped him, Arthur Morgan had developed something his biological father never had: a heart capable of genuine care for others, even if he'd never admit it openly. That's the thing about Arthur Morgan. His story isn't just about survival or becoming an outlaw. It's about how a boy who lost everything found a family in the most unexpected place, and how that family, for better or worse, shaped him into the man he would become. A man who, despite his rough exterior and criminal life, never completely lost touch with the scared, lonely boy who once had nothing and no one to call his own.